All right, guys, today is exciting day. Today is episode, I believe, 14. I think this will be the final episode of the finish up of the John boat. Today, we are definitely mounting the outboard. You guys might have seen a sneak peek of that. We did a little short of that. That arrived Monday. Today is Wednesday. So we're going to get that mounted today, get the lower end oil changed out. Also, get it on the hose and run it a little bit, make sure the impeller's pumping water through it. But we got a few tidy up things to do on the boat still. You've seen in the last episode, we mounted the bimini top. That looks pretty good on there. But now we're going to, all the little tidy up things. We got to tidy up some wires with zip ties. We have our registration numbers now. We can put those on the front of the boat. We bought a foam ruler we're going to put up across here. And for measuring fish, I think that'll be pretty good. I think that's a good spot for it. And then a couple other little small tidy things. We're going to go around and do those. And then we can get them out in this outboard. That's the main focus of today's video, is getting that outboard on here. So we're going to take care of all the other little things. Our trolling motor, when we were putting that on, because that's the only, that and the mushroom anchors are the only original things to the boat. We noticed that the lift lever on the trolling motor was broke. So it's kind of hard to push. So we went on and 3D printed our own. Yeah, I know it's yellow. It's the only PET G filament I had, or we had. So we printed one out. And we're going to see how this works. We'll get that changed in the trolling motor today as well. So it's nice to be able to 3D print some of the parts you need. So that's pretty much it. We're closing in on it. Like I said, it's all the trailer's license. We did that Monday. We got the registration for the boat. That's all done. The engine arrived Monday. So a lot happened Monday. But right now we're just tidying up so we can get this thing out of the water. We got 10 hours of braking for that motor. So we'll be doing playing around with that for a bit. Then we'll hopefully get it out and do some fishing. But that's where we're at today. I know, like I said, the main focus is the outboard, so I'll blip in a little bit of me putting on like the, like the foam ruler, or let me show you what that looks like. Pretty cool. It's a little bigger than I was hoping. Looks like this here. It's like that C-deck type of foam, but it's a ruler. I think that'll go good right up under here, I think. Or, I mean, it could even fit on the side of the boat. I haven't decided. We'll see what looks better and put it there. But we'll blip in now and then to show you those things on. Then at the end, after we get the motor mounted, we'll go through the whole thing, like do a quick go around of everything that's been done. As you've seen, this was done from the ground up, starting at the trailer. Everything's been done on this boat. It's a beautiful looking boat. But with that being said, I don't want to talk your ears off. Let me get started tidying up this little bit of stuff, and then we'll get mounting that outboard, which I'm so excited about. Here we go. This looks like a good spot for these. We'll start it here because there's a rivet here. We want to kind of miss that with the letters and numbers. So right there, it looks like it's going to be good. I'm liking that. So let me peel this off. Probably should go get my squeegee first. All right, here, got my squeegee. Let's see if we can solo dolo do this. It looks like we should be able to. I mean, how hard is it, right? I'm going to try to use the bottom of the masking as a reference. And I'll try to stick it here like this. I mean, it's looking all right. Right? What do you guys think? Oh man, we should have moved it down a little bit. We got a little bit on the F here, or on the rivet, but too late to move it now. That looks all right. A little bit up here that's kind of upsetting, but it's not the end of the world. I was more concerned about that end. We'll fix it on the other side. Probably a little hotter than it should be on the side of the boat, but that's why I got this side done first. It's only going to get hotter. There we go. Now we'll use our foam part of our squeegee here to get everything pressed out. You'll see bubbles in there, but it'll lay out as the sun hits it. more than I want, but hopefully that falls out, like I said. Just like with the Alumacraft decal, we made this ourselves. The only requirement was it needed to be 3 inches tall, so that's what we got. This is like our second rendition. The other one was too long, but this one looks really good. I'm proud of it. We've got a few air bubbles in there, but I think they're gonna lay out eventually. But there you go. That's it. We also got to put our registration sticker on this side, or we could put it here. It don't have to be in the front or the back of it. And I mean, this got a perfect spot without rivets, so I'll probably put it there. And it's looking good. So on to the next side. All right, guys, we have our registration number on there. In Florida, your registration sticker is supposed to be on the port side of the boat, either before or after the registration numbers. So there they are. We put it before, perfect spot for it. And then on this side, our numbers on there as well. Looks pretty good. So that part is done. Now we're going to go on to finding a place to mount that ruler. I mean, I could put it up along the side there, which might be easier when you're holding the fish to measure it, or I could put it up under here. I haven't decided. I know I have the light up underneath there. I don't want the thickness of the ruler to like shadow the light, so I'm not sure. I might have to hold it up there and see if it will. Otherwise, I just put it right on the side of the boat. It'll look pretty decent there. Or I won't even use that one at all. I don't know. I was just trying to make it better. All right, another thing we got to do, like I mentioned, is that 3D printed. Oh, somebody got in trouble. 3D printed lever for our trolling motor. We're going to put that on. Other than that, man, we are so close. I got a little list of things. Like I said, the registration numbers are done. We got to put our new plate on. And what else? Oh, we bought this little bit of it's like a rubber conduit for wires that we're going to put up in the corner there for those wires that come up through. We're just going to put it in that, I think. We'll see what that looks like. Try to protect those wires a little bit. But yeah, coming along. We're almost ready to put that motor on. I know that's what you guys are waiting for. So that's what the big thing is in this episode. Let me finish these little things up. You guys don't even need to see it. I'll just show you a final when we're done. And then we'll get that motor on here. All right, coming along. We have the wires tidied up in there. We got that right up along there. We got the little thing for the wires to go into. Our letters and registration are on. Our 3D printed lever for our trolling motor is working and installed. That was pretty nice. That we used, this is PET G, 30% infill. I was going to go a little bit more, but if it breaks, then I can go more, but that's working pretty good. So we're good with that trolling motor. Now we're going to go on to, what was the next thing? Oh, installing the plate on the trailer. And then we're pulling that motor out and getting that baby mounted on there. Hopefully none of them bolts are in the way. I didn't think of that. We'll see when we get it on there, but here we go. All right, guys, the moment we've all been waiting for. Our Hangkai 18 horse came in. I think we got it in like a week. We ordered it on Amazon. This is the short shaft, which should be what we need for this, fingers crossed. And if you guys have been researching these at all, you know that it comes with your 6.34 gallon gas tank, I believe it is. You have your hose. I'm sure it ain't the best hose, but a way to get you started. A little bit of toolkit here. Then it comes with emergency pull cord, a couple extra plugs, your impeller, a couple gaskets. Kind of freaks you out, a couple gaskets. But we got that there. And everything else is on here. Everything looks good. It was packaged pretty good. It's perfectly in foam. So what we're going to do is, me and the boy on the camera there, Nick, we're going to pull this out and set it on the boat. And then we can give it a look over. We're going to change the lower end oil to the 90 weight. We got some good oil for that. And then we'll also lube up some stuff. We're gotta, wherever there's springs, and we're going to coat those with stuff, get everything we can protected the best we can, plus take care of it when we take it out of the water. We are in some brackish, salt, and fresh water here. So it'll see a variety of environments, but we're going to try to keep it the best we can. I think I'm going to have to try to find another propeller because I know we'll probably ding it up. But let us get this pulled out and then we'll set it on the boat. All right, guys, we got it mounted on here. Check it out. Now it looks like a boat. The Hangkai 18 horse. Went on there easy. One guy could do it. It's not too heavy. 2 people would be easier, but it's not too bad. it looks fairly decent. This is supposed to be a clone of the Yamaha 18 horse. I think the ones they have of that, I think the Enduro models, but hopefully our muffs fit on here. Otherwise we might have to go get smaller muffs. We still got to get some Rec 90 to get this thing running and do the break-in. If you guys are interested in seeing the break-in procedure or more about this engine, we're going to do a dedicated video on the Hangkai 18 horse, the break-in procedure, changing the lower end oil, things like that. But for the boat video, we'll just show you it mounted on here, and then we'll give you a clip of it running because we're going to go put it on the hose, and because we want to make sure the impeller's spitting out of there, our little spitter. Make sure it's spitting. There's a few spots on here we're going to have to like make better, right? For our little shifter, we'll put some little Teflon lube on there. On the back of these, there's a cable for your throttle. They say to grease that up because that goes in and out. You don't want that going bad. Otherwise, you're going to have to replace that. A few spots here and there. Let's open this up, show you what we got inside. I mean, it feels like a pretty good build. This is like a injection molded plastic cover, but most of the ones in the States are usually fiberglass, but I mean, that feels decent enough. Yeah. I mean, everything looks all right. You can buy tachometers with, it gives you an hour meter you can wrap around your coil wire. Kind of give you an idea what your tach's doing and what your mileage or hours you have on it. Has a little bit of China gas in it. From being tested, your forward, reverse, and neutral lever. Your throttle, obviously, you got your kill switch. I mean, it looks pretty good. What do you think?
I'd say it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. It came quick and it came nice. I mean, I can't complain. I mean, it's turning pretty nice. I mean, there is a grease port over here. We'll grease that up pretty good. Make sure we put some grease in that zert. That's part of the steering part of that, so we want to make sure that's good. I'm trying to think. These wires are probably for, I would say they're probably for corrosion stuff. I'm not sure. I don't see any zincs on here at all. So we might have to, well, there is a zinc under here. It's a flat zinc. You guys might be able to see it. So there is a zinc. So that's something. Like I said, with those extra parts it came with, I mean, after you do your braking, because you're doing a 25-to-1 on the braking, that's a lot of oil. So you might get your plugs fouled up. New set you can put in there. We're changing the lower end oil. There shouldn't be any in it, but we're going to change it out. And then once we're done with our braking after the 10 hours, we'll probably change it again, get fresh in there. That'll be good to go because we're going to change. We'll change whatever fuel we have left, put it back to the 50-to-1. But here it is. It has finally come together. We're going to put some low end oil into that, and then we'll do a wrap up video for you guys for this. We'll go all the way around it, show you everything that was done, all the work we put into it. And if you guys are interested in seeing this from the beginning, we did do a whole series on it. This is episode 14, the final one. And then next thing you know, we'll be out in the water. We'll have some content with that, doing some fishing, checking some areas out. That's going to be fun as well. Put all the hard work, we get to use it. So let's get this thing buttoned up, and then I'll do a walk around for you guys. All right, guys, we're just putting the gear oil in here. We just pulled the bottom one and the top one because on these, if you know anything about them, you fill from the bottom. Once you hook your pump up, you're going to fill here until it comes out of here. And then you could put that screw back in here and then put that screw back in and you're filled back up. We're just letting drip out whatever's in here while we get this set up. So we're just going to fill this up. If you guys want to know how to do all this stuff, we'll have a video out on this motor by itself, and it'll show you how to do all that stuff. Show you the break-in. I think I mentioned that already. Show you the break-in, show you how to fill up the oil, show you the parts we used the parts on the motor where we're lubing everything. And then I'll get you going if you're getting one of these motors, which is perfect for this boat, by the way. But let me figure out which end of this fits, and then we'll be on our way. All right, guys, as promised, the finished product, here she is. The Alumacraft 1457 LW. LW meaning it's got the live well. Let's get the 57-inch beam in the back. Pretty nice boat, done from the ground up. If you guys haven't seen them videos, like I mentioned, check those out. We got links to them all down below. We did everything from the trailer up. New tires, new wheels. Trailer's been sanded and painted, and the boat's been painted a couple times, primer. The bottom's got bed liner on it. Inside's bed linered and painted. You got the C-Deck type of foam. It's not the C-Deck brand. Our Hangkai engine you just seen in this video we put on here. Here's a gas tank. There's a bonus. It fits in that compartment in the back. Perfect. We have our foam ruler on there. You'll have to see it from this side better. Our bimini is on there, going to give us the shade that we need because I feel like I'm melting out here right now. It is hot. Everything is good. We have this mounted to protect the wire right here. In here, we have our anchors with our new anchor rope, first aid kit, emergency paddle, fillet board. We got a foldable net coming that'll go in there to get the fish. We'll have a cooler. Underneath the seat is the live well. Right now, we just have storage in there of the, these are the screens for the bimini and the cover, but this is the live well. Either we'll use it as a live well or a cooler. I don't know. We got options. There's the foam ruler on the side. I think that just was a nice little touch. In here's all our stuff you've seen, our lithium battery. We have our switch to everything. This thing lights up all over, inside, outside. It's got the anchor lights done. It's got the head or the spotlight up front. It looks complete with the motor on there. That's all I could say. And then we have our Minn Kota. This is the only thing really, this and the mushroom anchors that came with this John boat. It's kind of, sometimes you got to kick to get it started. So we'll see what it does once it gets worked in a little bit. If not, we'll just get another one. And we did replace that little lever here. Seems to be working great. But there she is. Let us know what you think. I mean, we even did, like you've seen the Alumacraft, that's period correct Alumacraft decal. We printed that ourselves, along with our numbers up front. And the trailer, we named it the Renovato Boat Trailers. So that's what our boat trailer is. All galvanized stuff, brand new pressure treated wood and bunk carpet. Brand new winch up front. Complete, registered, ready to go on the water. We're excited about it. Our next thing is, you guys will see it here shortly. We'll flash in a little blip of it somewhere. So now that it's warmed up, we could do the one pull start on this. And then it just starts right up now that it's warm. Perfect. The one pull start, spits right away. That's what you want to see. If you don't see that, shut it off after a few seconds on your first start. But we're just going to let this run for the 10 minutes it said, just to get this initial break-in done. The first 10 minutes of it, then we'll see you guys on the water. We're going to be starting this for the first time. Make sure the water's spitting out where it's supposed to. We still got a lube in a few areas we want to protect. I'll spray it down with some silicone spray. But it's looking awesome. For us, it's going to be it for us today. We got to go get some Rec 90. And because our muffs did fit. So we just need some Rec 90. And then tomorrow, we'll get out here, get this thing fired up. Make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. And plan to get on the water. Around here, the weekends on the water are like a zoo, so we probably skip the weekend, hit it on a Monday, and that way we can get out there and start the break-in procedure. And I'll show you that in the other video, like the full break-in procedure. Then we'll start like a series of taking the boat out. We'll just do stuff with the boat. Like I said, our channel is a little bit of everything. We just do a bunch of everything, you know. You never know what we're going to do. So this video will be the final video on the boat build, the redo, the Marketplace John boat redo. And I think it came a long way. It looks amazing. I'll hopefully do other projects like this in the future. We're still going to have that video on the Hangkai motor, let you know how that's doing and everything like that. If you're interested in that part of it, we do have that. We will have a video on that once we get a little more the break-in done and everything. We'll put a video out on that. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this series of the boat being redone. I know it took a little stretch there. We had some weather and sicknesses and things that kind of took us a little bit longer. But here it is, all done, ready to go in the water. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Try something new.